Hey folks, just thought I'd do another episode of Madagascar Palm. Cool. Just do another episode of Raxpack 2 testing. Since the last time we installed since the last time I did one of these testing videos, the only other testing video actually, I didn't have Plant Megapack installed. So since then we've installed Plant Megapack, which is pretty cool. This is what's making all these awesome plants around the place. The plants should be, although I think this one is slightly Ulterior Outback. Yeah, I think this one is slightly messed up and will require some very careful configs. Ones that I'm actually dubious about doing myself because it seems like a lot of work. But for the most part, even though this biome has a lot more plants than it possibly should, like these lobster claws and bamboo. Bamboo doesn't really grow in the outback. You can configure Plant Megapack and tell it what plants can go where. So I'm hoping some genius out there on a forum or something will sort out the biomes for Biomes of Plenty in Plant Megapack, because Plant Megapack is very, very cool. I love all the little plants it adds. Emerald Philodendron. Flax is from Biomes of Plenty though. So, the world is looking extremely lush thanks to a few of the mods that we have. Biomes of Plenty, a bit of grass and leaves, and Plant Megapack, so that's pretty cool. You saw also last time that there were ruins and things. I'm actually out in the middle of just like an ocean or something. Just random islands. And yes, unfortunately there's the low frame rate problem still happening. Still haven't got a handle on what that might be. It doesn't seem to be related to chunk loading, which is the strange thing. I've been told by several sources that it actually just might be 1.7 as a branch of Minecraft. That 1.7 may in fact just be kind of derpy, which is really unfortunate. But the pack runs well enough when you're not recording things, so still quite enjoyable. All that coral I think is Biomes of Plenty coral. Oh no, that's better trees and leaves. Better, yeah, grass and leaves. Whatever. I need to try and find some more land. Okay, that's more like it. See, this is also part of the problem with the chunks loading so slowly, is that you can't really see what's ahead of you. Horses, hopefully you indicate actual land. Hooray, actual land! That's cool. I've done a few other things as well with the pack. I've finally sorted out the mining, and I'm not sure how this is going to look on camera, but hopefully it will work just fine. I'm just getting a couple of things that I need. A couple of commands. This will take a second, but in that second something should happen. Boom. Didn't really take care of much of the grass, but I have a second command that I can put in that gets rid of the limestone and the marble, but you can see the distribution of ore. It looks quite packed, but believe it or not, you don't see hardly any of these ores. Oh. Laggity lag. I'm getting extra 3 frames per second. Beautiful. Come on, you can do it. Alright, we seem to be back. I'm not sure why it just so desperately dropped. But, yeah. This is what a sea of ore looks like. You can see dense ore isn't so common. There's one there, but it's not so common that you're going to line your pockets with extra ore. Yeah, so I kind of like the distribution. If we went and find some actual caves, you'll see what I mean by you don't really notice all this ore. That's all around you. Only a quarry will find it. Please, daytime. Thank you. So, is there any topsoil caves around here? Not really. Alright, we'll move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about then. I'm using Mine Tweaker in the mod pack now. I've actually removed Tinker's Construct as well. I wanted to keep Tinker's Mechworks, but you can't have Tinker's Mechworks if you don't have Tinker's Construct. So that had to go as well. But we don't have Tinker's Construct. Yeah, we don't have Tinker's Construct because simply I wanted to kind of encourage people to branch out with tools. Usually when Tinker's Construct is in a pack or something, people will just always gravitate towards Tinker's Construct tools over anything else. So that's where I went with that direction. But the other thing I did was that I changed some recipes using Mine Tweaker to encourage some more kind of like integration between the different mods and the different ores and stuff. And they're not huge problematic integrations like you might find in, say, the Crash Landing pack, where you require really complex bits and pieces for the recipes of other mods, but it simply just creates some resource unification, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I take a look at, say, Ender.io, as you all know, Ender.io has a lot of its own alloys and things, right? But one of the most important things about this is that it doesn't use Mechanism's osmium ore, and basically neither does anything else. So in order to encourage that sort of thing, all the machines require, except for the Stirling generator, so let's look at a combustion generator instead, require a machine chassis. So a simple change to the machine chassis, change that from, I believe it was electrical steel into osmium ingots. So now you need osmium ingots to create a machine chassis. And that just means finding osmium in the ore, osmium in the world. It doesn't mean you have to actually dive into Mechanism at all if you don't want to. But it does give a reason to actually like go after osmium and use it in other places. And I think I changed a couple of other things, but it's been a while. Was it dimensional transceiver that I changed? No. I changed one of these. I did. I promise. Nope. I'm going mad. That's fine. So the chassis, at the very least, has changed. The other thing I did is, in order to kind of ban, because I can't remove thermal expansion without removing Endertech, right? In order to ban thermal expansion, if we find thermal expansion, shift click, you can, for instance, if I try and build a leadstone energy conduit, that's fine, but if I try to make a conductance coil, no recipe. If I try and make a machine chassis, there is no recipe. And of course, the tier 2, 3 and 4 machine chassis require the basic one, which there's no recipe for. So that simply prevents you from diving into thermal expansion. Now, if you really want to use thermal expansion in the pack, all you have to do is go into the scripts folder in the mod pack once it's up and running, and remove that part of the script which changes the recipe for thermal expansion. I have commented everything in that scripts folder so that you know what you want to remove and what you don't want to remove, as long as you're smart about it. But it's clearly labelled, the recipes, so if you want to re-enable thermal expansion, that's all you need to do. So speaking of the mod that this enables, which is Endertech. The recipes all used to rely on thermal expansion recipes, right? But now, as close as possible, they use Ender.io. So instead of a, I believe it was the portable battery, I can't remember what it's called, like leadstone or something, sitting there, it's a adaptive capacitor, and on the outside you've got the vibrant alloys instead of the enderium ingots. Same goes for other things. So this is a pressurized fluid tank, whereas before it was a, I believe it was an Invar tier thermal expansion tank, and a dimensional transceiver instead of a tesseract. And the same for everything else. They just try and be as equivalent as possible. And there you go. So now you have Endotech, except it's enabled through Ender.io instead of thermal expansion. So the other one we want to look at is Mechanism. There's a couple of other tweaks I want to do to Mechanism, but one of the first things to do is to tie in... oh! I remember what else I changed, so before I do that, let's go back to Ender.io. In Ender.io, Staff of Travelling, here we go, now requires titanium, which is from Mariculture. That one is suggested by Vagram, so blame him for needing titanium for that, but I've also made titanium accessible. So if we go back to Mechanism, I have boosted the energy requirements of the digital miner by, I believe it's about 300%. So it uses 300% than default of the energy requirements it normally does. It also now requires a titanium battery instead of a robot. Originally it required a robot, one of these things, but now it requires a titanium battery, which you make with titanium, redstone, and iron. So hopefully those changes will just tie the other mods together. There's a reason to go into Mariculture, there's a reason to get osmium, and there's a reason to get vibrant ores and things into your life. So that's cool. And as you can see, they're not all hugely impossible tasks, so it's not like the requirements have been made to make the pack extremely hard and annoying. It's just to kind of force you to venture out into other mods a little bit. And this is a cool building. I think this might be part of Ruins mod though. Oh no, this is the new Railcraft building. This place is cool. So you get Railcraft stuff. It's obviously just a rail station. You our railman? No. Where's our railman? It's a graveyard. It's from Graveyards. But yeah, you won't be finding any more Tinker's Construct, which I think is a good change. It's beneficial to the pack. And that's about it. The other bit I will stick in this video is just a little bit of news about the channel. I believe as of the time of recording this video, the second episode for Material Energy Cubed just went up. That took a total of 8 hours to upload from start to finish, and that was on the second attempt to upload it. The reason it's taking so long is I'm going through another period of internet hell, as I like to call it. The ISP gods are not looking fondly upon me once again. And once again, I'm in a battle with my ISP to try and get things sorted out as quickly as possible. And it's really quite annoying. So, thank you all for your patience. I really, really appreciate it. And that's just one of the reasons that I'm... one of the things that I'm dealing with recently that unfortunately messes with things a little more. This is all from Plant Mega Pack, by the way. These cool little hanging plants. So cool. Make things look so nice. So yeah, the internet issue. So hopefully this video won't be so long and I can upload it at pretty much the same time. I'm uploading it immediately after the second episode of Material Energy Cubed went up, so it should go up only a couple of hours after, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye!